Hello, this is Scott Carpenter, and welcome to another episode of the Sasquatch Awareness Project. So, went back and where I got the eyes in the shadow to do follow-up, which I did, and so we're going to do the follow-up. And then in the area, if you'll remember, I had an incident where a deer got jumped up by something other than me, and it surprised me, and I, on the way back out, I made sure that along with the back trail, which is 4K, I had my 1080p camera. I know, should always take the high def, but the high def's a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff you got to do to get it out there, and I was just doing a quick follow-up and just wanted to get out and get it done and get back. And so took the easier, lighter route, which was the 1080p. It's high def, but it's not 4K, and you'll see this in obvious. Of course, Murphy's Law. While I'm filming with the HD, I get a funny feeling. Stop. I don't zoom in, but I just stop and pause for 10 seconds and look. Don't see anything. Got the little hairs on the back of my neck, but then I keep going. And got a pretty good set of still captures, or a couple anyway, good ones. And they're interesting. Look like a possible white Sasquatch. So the dad blasted. What's frustrating is the autofocus. You got to keep it on autofocus. You can't not turn it on autofocus, because you just don't have time. And so the autofocus is, it tries to, it's focusing, in this area, and there's, it's 3D, so there's some foliage in front, medium, and back. So it's constantly trying to refocus. And so get a few decent frames at the start, and then as it goes along, the autofocus starts doing its thing, and while so you start to get just the two black eyes and the shape of the head, but you don't get the detail. And so I worked on these. I picked out 2 frames where the head is, there's a movement in the head. The head's cocked on one side in one frame, and then more level in the other. And you can kind of shadows and stuff, you can see detail, which I was very surprised with the 1080p, but I worked on it, blew it up, used deblurring software. It's quote enhanced. Don't start writing me emails telling me I'm hoaxing crap. But I did some couple 3 hours worth of work on these still captures, and like I said, you deblur them, you sharpen them. It's kind of like a process. You do it, you do it 2 or 3 times, and sometimes it gets a little better, sometimes it gets worse. But you just work on different areas of the photograph, as far as bringing trying to bring out features by adjusting the contrast or adjusting the brightness or the sharpness, like I said. And so you just work on them till you get the best representation of the photo out, and kind of like M.K. Davis does, he continuously over and over does Patty. And, and recently he's able to, they're using AI. The AI that I've found is not very good. I mean, but of course it's free. Maybe I ought to buy some more expensive AI enhancement software, but I think you can see these pretty clear. But I'll show you the video so you can see the video, and I've zoomed it in, which make good and blurry, so all the Books-Paperback, people can swallow their tongues and flop around on the floor for a little while and have a little fun. But for those who are serious about figuring this all out and what's going on, I think there's some good stuff here. Now, let me say this. Apparently, I've had some affiliations with some good people, but that seems to be getting the attention of some things. And when I mean things, I mean, I don't know if it's satanic, I don't know what it is. But I had about a month ago, I guess, not a month ago, 3-4 weeks ago, I had a very mysterious illness. I had food poisoning, and very bad. It took me, be honest with you, I did a lot of hard work this weekend working on just good old sweat labor on the patio, redoing it, just taking up the top, the blocks and re-leveling and putting them back, just basically grunt work. And it's just wore me out. I just don't have the strength I used to, the strength, still don't have the strength, the endurance I used to have. But the interesting thing was, my girlfriend ate the same meal I ate of steak and mushrooms. She didn't get sick. Cooked the same, and so, you can say I got a bad steak, I got a bad mushroom, and I could have. But then, the put on top of that, now going this place I'm going here, where I've had this, this eye shine, crazy eye shine, and then this done jumping this deer and this capture, and then I also got the was able to record the sound of the metal doors, opening and closing in the wilderness. And I got several people contact me. Oh, that's happened to me too. I've heard the same thing in the middle of nowhere. It's really freaky. So it's just some things are starting to happen again. It's been a while since, in 2 trips to one location, I've had so much stuff happen. Usually it's like one every 2 or 3 times I go, I might get something. A wood knock or a grunt or whoop or some odd phenomenon that you can't explain, or a short capture of something, but get sick and then start having all this happen. So I don't, so I'm suspicious that something's going on. I've got something's attention again, and you'll see that with the when I get into the eye shine follow-up, which I might as well just go ahead and do. So I went back 1080p, found the area, of course. Probably you can see here, this is the 4K and this is the 1080p, so there's big difference. But I'm standing roughly in the position, I'm actually, the angle's a little different, but I'm standing about where the smaller one was, the smaller one. And once I got in there, it became apparent this, what I thought was a boulder, is actually the path that does go up the hill. So I was wrong. The boulder I'm thinking of is down here. There, as you go down this hill, and that's like a draw, like a stream or an old draw that goes into the lake. The boulders are down here, and so I was mistaken. So that means that this thing here is sitting or laying in the whatever this is. I don't know what it is, but it's laying down, squatted, or something. This thing here is most likely standing, but this thing here is down. You know, does that mean it's a panther? Does that, I don't know. Does that mean it's some other cryptid? Good question. But you can see here, I'm standing on these two trees are the same tree, and so you can kind of see me nice and blurry there. And so I'm sitting down. Here's a better angle. Here's me and my fat belly. So I'm actually, here's this tree for reference. These are the eyes. So I'm sitting. In other words, this right here is here, and so this right here, I'm roughly in the area where it was. You can see there. And that's just another blow up. And there's the eye shine, and there's me sitting in that right there. So whatever this is either sitting like I'm sitting, or is some sort of four-legged animal that's laying down. Who knows? Here's the 1080p of that area right there. You can see there's no shadows. It's earlier in the day. Sun's a different angle, so you can see. Let's see here. So we'll get into these comps here, so you can see the size. I did a size deal here. So of course they're me good and blurry. There's the two things, and I'm standing roughly where this one is. So here's a good, what I did is I got back up the hill a little bit, and where I'm a little clearer, and then I did this, I sized it, by using trees as a reference, and so made trees in this the same size as this, so everything's roughly the same as far as the proportions. So this is the one that's on the ground with the bigger one. This is the smaller one that's kind of looking across at me, or looking over his shoulder, or whatever, however at me. You can see the going off the top of its head there. And so there I am. They are. That's that. And then I measured across in 7 inches my head across the eyes, and so I took that line, went over here. You can see this guy's head about the same as mine. I would think it looks like it. It looks like they're the same proportions. So this thing is just the same size. It's roughly the same size I am. And now this thing's a different story. So now we're comparing the thing that's on the ground, squatted, whatever, and the split there. And this thing's huge. Whatever this is has got a huge, huge, huge head. Try to stay hydrated. And you can see here, again, 7 inches. And basically it's 7 inches. See, 7 inches from my ear to ear. 7 inches to center eye, center eye. That's a big thing, whatever that is. Pretty big thing. But I wanted to do the follow-up, make sure I didn't see any shiny rocks or a rock or a tree or something that was sitting in those positions that would cause that eye shine. Of course, I didn't find anything. There's me standing up there again. There's me squatted, regular size. And then the ground was disturbed in that area. It's been a week, so I can't, can't tell you one way or another. So let's jump up here to we compare all that. So let's get to the white thing, or possible white Sasquatch. And so as I'm going out, let's see, let's do this one. So as I'm going out, I've got back trail on, I've got my 1080p, and I'm just filming to the side. In other words, I'm walking this way, I'm filming to my left. That's where there's a large 3 or 4 acre rough, and it's real thick, and this is a little bit of ways away from where the deer is, or where the deer got shot. But right here, like I did notice, there's something white right there, and as I'm sitting still and take a couple more steps, I don't know if that's it or not. I don't know if that's just, but that's white. Whatever it is white. So I stop, and then I swing back. And right there's, go 10 seconds back. I don't know what's going on in here with that white mass right in there. But when I swing back, that's approximately where that white mass was. And then right there you saw it go out of phase, and that's real speed, real time. There it is. Go back here. This is where it's really, and I've blown it up a little bit. It's a little bit farther away than this. But I'd say it was about 30 yards, 40 yards away. But you can see here, you can see the facial features, hair, and a little bit of the right shoulder. But that's where the autofocus really gets in there with it. See right here, you can see it. Autofocus trying to get there, right? Oh, right there. That's in this section's where I got some decent. The autofocus got some decent. But you can see right there. And that's it. Sure wish I'd had the high def, but 4K. But sometimes you just can't. There's no guarantee that this autofocus on this thing wouldn't have done the same thing. I don't know. So let's see. This is zoomed in. This is really zoomed in. There's that white thing. Massive. This right here. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's it. In the background, bent over, moving in. You can see right down here. Oh, there you go. And like I said, the autofocus is really struggling right in there. And I'm gone. Let's do one more. I think this is a little better. There you go. See the nose, the 2 eyes there. Like I said, the autofocus. I don't really want to slow it down. I mean, I could, but it's just, I've slowed it down, looked at it, it's just autofocus. And then, you got a couple frames of some good stuff, and then you don't. So let's look at the good stuff. So right there is where I stopped it and really worked on the enhancement and blew it up. And it pixelates really fast. As you can see there, you can see his mouth really good. When I first, just from the straight without starting enhance, you could see the mouth. It was there, so it just worked on enhancing the mouth and working on the nose. And this one, the nose is not quite as wide. And this one, it's wider. I don't know the autofocus, most likely. And this is probably the best one right there. can see how fast it pixelates when I try to blow it up. But that's the best one right there. Pretty good mouth and nostrils. There it is. You can see eyes, the nose, the mouth, chin, a little bit there. It's poking its head out, it's trying to stay behind that tree. I think I was moving back and forth on him. There's the other one. It's not as good. Autofocus has got it all warped out, but you still see the mouth and the nose. Anyway, I thought that wasn't bad. I thought, looks like a Sasquatch to me, or a white being. No, I need to go back and go sit in that one area so you can see how big it is. I have no clue how big this thing is. I just don't know. So, like I said, that's probably the best frame of them all. And that comes from this picture here. Yeah. My nose is itching, sorry. Pick my nose on camera. No. But it's itching. It's hotter than Hades outside right now. Anyway, so there's the possible Sasquatch. A white one. Staring at, or some other white entity. Who knows? So there's your follow-up, and like I said, weird things are happening. And it happens to all of us, those who out there that have, PTSD and other issues. You're not alone. It happens and continues to happen. And just fortunate I had a camera and was able to document it. So with that, I'll sign off. Hope everybody is having a good weekend, staying cool, and God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.